Hello everyone and welcome to another video. It's your girl, Scarlett, and I am finally diving into Voyage of the Outcast, which is the long-awaited Xavier's Branch Story. So, without further ado, here we go. So here we are, the long-awaited branch story of our very own Xavier. Now, I did try and do some prep work. I did read his anecdotes all over again, all three. Although, if we compare it to the other LI's branch stories, it seems like it focuses more on the third anecdote, or at least that's what I think. But that, and they also do have some mentions of the general myth. So, if we're going to try and do a little bit of recap, we know that Xavier has the known first meeting between Xavier and MC is during the school days in the academy, where MC was struck with a fatal illness and she passed away in Xavier's arms while watching I think it was the meteor shower. Yeah. Or was it the shooting star? No, it was definitely the meteor shower. I don't know why. I just read it and yet I'm still all scrambled brain. After that, he did have to take care of Frank, the little kid. As for the general myth, it is about his knighthood days with MC, both training as apprentices, but they were also quite skilled in their respective units. I think that's about covers it. Well, he did bring a team of backtrackers with him, and we know that they mark him as a traitor. And we do know that the backtrackers are turning into monsters because of whatever ever gave them. Guys, to tell you the truth, I'm still reeling from Silas's myth. I am still a little bit exhausted. But I really want to know what this branch story is about, because I've been away from social media for so long and I really, really want to see what everyone has to say about this branch story. So I'm just gonna dive right in. Okay, so here we go. Oh, isn't this the training room? After some investigation combined with a vague hunch, I've identified a highly suspicious wanderer. Andrew is tracking it, but it's been several days since I got a response. This lull allows me to test the new gear Simone modified for me before the next mission. Alright, I forgot about the two new hunters that were introduced. Andrew and Simone, both really hot characters. The only problem is that my partner, who promised to join me for this trial, is late as usual. Oh dear, Xavier, what's he up to now? That's Simone for you. She can even turn the simplest sidearm into something extraordinary. I switch on the safety and put away my gun. My gaze drifts to the empty lane beside me. See, this is why I really like using the gun, because it feels like it's lore accurate. MC seems to favor using the gun. Looks like Xavier, king of tardiness, didn't get the chance to try out the new gear first.
パートナーがいつも気にかけてくれてるのはむしろついてると思うが。
Where have you been, you sly boy? The door to the shooting range opened without me noticing. Xavier leans against the door frame and smiles.
いきなり新しい手がかりが見つかったんだ。急いで調査に向かったから連絡する暇がなかった。
Oh, a new lead. I see. But on what? Are they both investigating the protocore smuggling thing? Is it about the case you've been digging into? You've been really mysterious about it. Time you filled me in. He raises the cup in his hand as he speaks.
これから白状するつもりだが、コーヒーを飲みながらでいいか?
I follow Xavier to the training room's lounge area. I grab the cup of coffee he offers me. I cautiously take a small sip. It's a little hot and sort of weak, but it's still decent. That's a weird description. You made... Oh, right! MC. I see, right, of course. Xavier, our ever capable hunter. You made this?
入れたのはコーヒーメーカーだ。俺はただ豆を入れてカップを置いただけ。
Maybe he didn't put enough of the beans. It sounds like you didn't do much, but the coffee isn't bad. Hearing this, Xavier chuckles. So, your investigation is coffee related?
奴らは着色したコアのかけらを
Oh,
コーヒー豆の中に混ぜて密輸したんだ。だから仕方なく審査員としてコーヒーコンテストに参加した。
How did
ここ
he...
までしたんだ。今度こそエーテルコアの手がかりが見つかると思ったんだが、
But...
結局改造された普通のコアしかなかった。
Okay. Also, I have to remind myself that this is taking place at the same time Zane's and Raphael's timeline is taking place. So, what we already know, we have to consider that MC doesn't know yet. So, I guess along the way, it does make the story easier to predict and understand. So, they're okay with like introducing new elements, which I hope they do. Sometimes they're very stingy on giving extra information. Oh, I thought... I pause, and my gaze falls into the cup in my hand.
なんだ?
Since joining Special Operations, Xavier and I busied ourselves with tracking down leads on the Aether course. But I always had a feeling that he was carrying out this secret mission, even long before he joined. Yes, we know that, MC. And I know you know that, but can you ask him? I also think it's connected to Xavier's other secrets, but this isn't the right time to delve into them. I hold myself back from saying, I thought you'd know something related to the Aether core's whereabouts. I thought you had more solid leads than Simone and I.
へえ。てっきりあんたはもっと踏み込んだ質問をすると思ってた。
You knew and yet you won't tell. How so? As if reading my mind, Xavier gives me a chance to steer the direction of this conversation. But when Xavier lowers his head in response to my question, it almost seems like he's slightly upset.
本当にそれ以外聞きたいことはないのか?
Don't you know why she's not asking, Xavier? Despite everything we've been through so far, I've never really pressed Xavier about his connection to the Aether cores. In that case... Okay. I feel like this is important. How much do you know about the Aether cores? Have you been tracking down the Aether cores before this? I feel like I already know the answer to the latter, because he has been looking for it even before this lifetime. So, I'm gonna pick the first one. You must know more about the Aether cores than the association, right?
あんたの中では俺は教会よりも情報通なのか?
I mean, it's theorized that you founded it, so... The association has its network, but maybe you're aware of things they can't access. His finger slightly tapped the wooden table in the lounge area.
エーテルコアの数や能力については俺も完全には分かってない。
I sort of believe him, yeah.
あの力は宇宙の起源に由来する。
Oh.
完全に覚醒したら世界に大きな災いをもたらす。
The very core of the cosmos. If I'm understanding what cores are, they're like a sort of power source to get things running. So does that mean the cosmos requires this power in order to like run smoothly? So you're saying that these Aether cores come from that power source. Well, yeah, no wonder they're very powerful. Noticing my thoughtful expression, he smiles and gently smooths the furrow between my brows.
わかってる。あんたは俺の答えに満足してない。
You knew it and you won't say anything. Xavier.
でも答えっていうのは自分の目で見届けて決めないといけない時があるんだ。
Okay, I respect that. Xavier's hunter's watch, as well as mine, beep at the same time as he finishes speaking.
君が先日特定したベータ磁線のエネルギーと一致するワンダラーがエーテルコアと関係していることが確認された。
Okay. So assuming that this is the beginning of their mission, this is probably like after they had that meeting with Jenna and she introduced what B protocurve energy waves are, and that they already know about that that space altering or teleporting wanderer. They already know about that. So yeah, all that has passed, and now they've found clues to its whereabouts.
詳細な情報はすでに同期した。急ぎ出発の準備を。
Okay.
今回のワンダラーはかなり手強い。のぞみに同行してもらうか。
That won't be necessary. My best vision partner is back. The call ends. I raise an eyebrow at Xavier. I should witness the truths and answers I'm after for myself. All right. But that doesn't mean I have to do it alone. One last question. I'd like to know if my partner is willing to fight alongside me for this, and whether or not it's just for today.
その質問なら、あんたが満足する答えを言えるはずだ。一緒に戦う。これからもずっと。
I feel like MC has this, how do I say, she's really good at reading people. I can't really say people's intentions, but she's feeling uneasy for some reason, like not just for today. She has an inkling that he might disappear one day. Oh, okay, that ended very quickly. Okay. So far, yeah, I think it's pretty straightforward. I do want to talk about MC and her tendency to just not ask. Like, I don't know if I mentioned before in another video, but it is also a cultural thing. Like, especially for Asian cultures, we're sort of wired not to probe into anyone's business, especially for very conservative households. They tend to not share too much about family matters. And even if you're like with a really close friend, you can see that they're suffering. The best you can do is like say, what can I do to help you? Let me do this to make you feel better. But they won't force you to tell them what's wrong until you see that it like physically affects them. So I can understand in a cultural standpoint why MC doesn't probe. It is frustrating though, especially since I've been very exposed to like the Western culture. I grew up consuming Western media, so I am all about being upfront and vocal about, you know, how I feel in the moment, as long as it's just, you know, not too personal. If it's someone I really care about, I will probe, at least until the point they tell me to stop. But I have seen relationships where they're very reluctant on telling you what is really bothering you. I think it's because of the idea that if I unload my baggage, emotional baggage onto you, it becomes your problem as well. And then the feeling of burdening others with our own problems isn't really a great feeling. So I guess that's why they're like this. But anyway, take my words with a grain of salt. Even though I say this, it's still not applicable to every single Asian person out there, especially with how the times are right now. So I'm just telling you that this kind of attitude is quite common, basically. Oh yeah, one more thing. I find it really funny how Xavier seems upset that MC won't probe when he's the one that has always been so secretive. I mean, how do you think MC would feel if you're that secretive? She doesn't want to push you away, so of course she won't probe. I have a little bit of beef with Xavier, actually, especially regarding his myth. I know other people think it's like really tragic. I think it's tragic too, but I just have beef with how he just won't tell her, and I hate that. I think it's because personally I would hate it if someone made decisions for me without my knowing, and which is basically kind of what Xavier did. So but yeah, it doesn't change the fact that his story is tragic, and the lengths that he would go to for her sake is grand indeed. But anyway, moving on. Chapter 2. Sorry, I'm rambling again. Ooh, commission. Prestar Uni in progress. Lately, several students at Prestar University have disappeared after being attacked by the same wanderer, only to mysteriously reappear on... so yeah, that space thing. The same thing with the people, with the patients that went to Chanxia Hospital in Xavier's Branch Story. They disappeared into somewhere and then they reappeared again. They have no memory of what happened while they were missing. Yep. Oh, look at him! He looks adorable! How do I say? Xavier is so cute, you know? He's the kind of character that you just wanna just dig in there. When I say dig in there, I meant like in his cheeks and nowhere else inappropriate. A hand reaches over, turns off the interface of my hunter's watch, and adjusts my cuff before pulling away.
それ以上見てたら俺たちがハンターだってバレるぞ。
What, you're still wearing it? I lower my arm and glance at Xavier, who's walking next to me. You're right, Xavier, my astronomy buddy. The warm autumn sun peeks out from behind the leaves. It casts dappled light into the corner of his mouth.
それはなおさらわざとらしく聞こえるな。新聞学科の学生さん。
Ooh, journalism. 3 days ago, the wanderer that Andrew tracked using the Beta protocurve showed up at Prestar University. Considering the recent student disappearances at the university, the association has assigned us the mission to eliminate this wanderer. To prevent any unnecessary panic, Xavier and I are pretending to be students. With the university's help, we'll be conducting interviews with the attacked students under the guise of a campus TV station.
歩くのが早すぎる。
I'm wondering, it's a university, but they have school uniforms? To my knowledge, I don't know any university that has school uniforms. My wrist is gently pulled, bringing me back to the moment. I realize I've been rushing. This is the pace I'm used to when I'm on a mission. I looked around and purposely slowed down. But we finally found a wanderer that's connected to the ether cores. I would rather move quickly to prevent any problems from happening.
やる気満々だな。
Of course. Aren't you? Xavier adjusts my backpack straps as it starts to slip. Oh, cute.
エーテルコアの情報や所在はずっと秘密にされてきた。情報が全部偽物の可能性だってある。今回の手がかりは直接的だし分かりやすすぎる。
Oh, so it's a trap. It's almost it's almost as if it's been set up for us to find. Is that what you want to say?
あくまで俺の推測だ。
You might be right, but with the lead right before our eyes, I can't shake the feeling that we need to check it out ourselves.
さすが噂の強くて勇ましいイボルバーだ。でもその学生たちにインタビューする前にちゃんと学生を演じることが俺たちの最初の任務だ。
But I mean, if it's a university, you don't really need to act, right? Because they are sort of like adults or young adults. So as we talk, we end up walking down a tree-lined path and arrive at a bustling square. Around us, numerous sleek temporary booths are set up. Students are excitedly weaving through them.
サークルの新刊イベントか。
Oh, there's so many people. Let's take a different route. It's almost time for our scheduled interview, and it wouldn't look good on us if we were late. He smiles. So.
確かに時間を食ってしまいそうだ。でもこれは学生時代の感覚を取り戻すいいチャンスじゃないか。
Ooh, how? How are we going to do that? Xavier stares at me, then he fixes my hair and takes off his non-prescription glasses. Oh. What's going on? Oh. Oh, he puts them on my face.
すごくいい。
Confirmed, Xavier has a glasses fetish. It's confirmed! Does this make me look more like a student?
素敵になった。
Sticky.
こんにちは。私の新入生。あなた、うちの映画研究会が企画してるショートムービーのヒロインのイメージにぴったりだわ。
Ooh.
どう？興味ない？
Wow, that's a huge compliment, MC. While the club members look down to find the registration form, a corner of Xavier's mouth slightly curls up.
ほら、言っただろ。
Ooh. I feel like Xavier was throwing his teammate under the bus, but this trick surprisingly works. By the time we arrive at our scheduled interview spot, I'm completely in student mode.
こんにちは。僕が学友会の副会長です。
Oh.
あなた方はハンターだと先生から聞いておりますが。
Aw, this poor guy, he's nervous. The tall, lanky boy. The tall, lanky boy gives a slightly uneasy smile, his head sinking lower as he speaks. Aw, he's not good with talking to
行
people.
方不明になった学生たちは教室の中で待っています。みんなには校内テレビの取材だと説明しています。
Hey, can you? Huh? Oh, okay. Oh gosh, I thought it was a bug. Sorry, could you repeat what you just said?
つまり、
Oh.
みんなが怖がらないように突っ込みすぎた質問はしないでいただけると。
Oh, he's so nervous. This poor little bean.
みんなワンダラーに襲われたことがトラウマになっているかもしれません。
Oh.
もしまた刺激を与えたら。
Understood. We'll be careful. Well, that was cute. I like how they are trying to fit in that whole student role. So I can see why it's kind of tying into the third anecdote. Is it because they have to act like students again? That's really cute. Oh, we've seen this in, what event was it? I think it was the same mini event when Into the Canvas was released. Like you had like a campus photo booth event. Anyway, as we enter the classroom, several pairs of curious, wary eyes quickly focus on us. Their aura is too strong. You cannot erase the aura of our hunter. I clear my throat and offer a genuinely friendly smile. Hi, I'm a broadcast journalism major and a member of the campus television station. This is my partner. Xavier steps forward but doesn't speak, which prompts me to continue. Wow, thanks, buddy. He's the one who will handle the microphone and camera. He's an astronomy major. Our simple introduction doesn't achieve the effect we wanted. Perhaps the wanderer did give them quite a scare. They scrutinize us warily, but no one responds.
こちらを。
Oh. A bag full of drinks appears from behind the door. The person holding it hesitates, struggling to gesture a cup of Oh no, this poor child. I take the bag. The vice president shyly smiles, then silently moves to sit by the classroom's back door. He's definitely an introvert. Cooperating with us on the university's behalf must be tough for him. When I distribute the drinks with Xavier, the classroom's tense atmosphere begins to soften. As I try to come up with an appropriate icebreaker, Xavier nudges my elbow.
そういえば今朝、俺たち講義棟の下で会ったよな。
え？どういうこと？ I'm confused, so I manage only a grunt in response. Yeah, I'm confused too. What is he talking about?
今朝の講義で出席カードを書き忘れた気がするんだ。
Oh.
君、天文学科だっけ？もしかして越路先生の講義か？
What is that, Doctor? It takes me a moment to realize that Xavier's somber tone doesn't match his hopeful eyes. As I move the chair, I lean in close to Xavier's ear, in front of everyone. Did you do your research ahead of time?
適当に言ってみただけなんだが、本当に効果があるなんてな。
Gosh, he's so masterful in terms of like making friends, isn't he? Straightening his posture, Xavier smiles and looks at the student who responds to his question earlier.
ああ、あの先生は本当に厳しい。
Kibishi. The student relaxes as the conversation begins to flow more naturally.
だよな。 加海大学で一番厳しい先生といえば絶対越路先生だ。
The best way to bond with people is to hate on other people, apparently.
休憩時間に俺たちとバスケをするような一面もあるんだぜ。
Oh, okay. I guess he's a nice teacher.
俺もこの前あのワンダラーのせいで越路先生のゼミに出席できなかったんだ。君のおかげで思い出したよ。ありがとな。後で越路先生に説明しに行かないと。
I really love the NPC voice acting in the Japanese and Chinese dub because they do it so well, you know?
どういたしまして。
He's so cute. Xavier adjusts his position and gives me a knowing look. Seeing Xavier's cue, I quietly switch to the recorder and casually throw out a question. Oh, success! Besides missing out on that meeting, can you tell us a bit more about what happened after the attack? You can say whatever you want. Don't worry, we won't disclose any personal information. The students exchange looks. They seem resolved to speak.
じゃあ俺から。
I'm not sure if it's just me, but his eyes seem to go blank for a moment after he said that. Huh? What? But his eyes seem to go blank for a moment after he said that. Oh, is it the effects of meeting that wanderer? Okay. Okay, now he's kind of sus. And I was just saying he sounds cool. Wow, the teacher sounds hot.
何してるんだ。
Looking at you. Shh, we're not actually here for the lecture, but we might as well look the part. I slide the open textbook to the center of the desk, line up my notebook and pens, and place a water bottle to the side. Wow, MC is so diligent. Your desk is so neat. It's only a matter of time before the professor notices. According to a student's account, the incident occurred outside the classroom. He was heading to a meeting with the professor. I decided to talk to this professor to see if we could gather any new clues. So I dragged Xavier with me the next day, and we snuck into his class.
完璧な偽装工作だな。
You know, you just know in Xavier's voice that he's praising her with so much fondness, like equaling the mass of the sun kind of level of fondness. It's so cute.
そういえば、さっき一番後ろの席を確保するのもかなり手慣れてた。
Oh yes, the back seat. The back row is the VVVIP section. It has great view and ambience, perfect for relaxing, entertainment, and even spotting two students in the back row secretly holding hands under the desk. Oh, right. I casually changed the subject. I must ask any students out there, if you just so happen to be in the same class with your significant other, do you do this? I don't know. I've never done it. Oh no, I have done it. Okay, never mind. I was just about to go like, why would you guys do that? And then I realized, oh right, I did it too. Okay, never mind. Where did you prefer to sit when you were in school?
好きとか嫌いとかじゃないが、俺もいつも一番後ろに座ってたな。日差しが暖かくて、風も気持ちよかった。
No. I'm wondering if he's talking about the class he was in with MC in the first timeline. Well, not first timeline, but yeah, like the first time they met. How comfortable were the desks and chairs?
ギリギリ合格だ。
As our casual chat drifts on, I flip open my notebook and turn my attention back to our mission. Even though we learned a lot of details from talking to the students affected by the attack yesterday, we didn't find anything notable. Those 5 students were either normal people or evolvers. They encountered the Wanderer in various spots. Some were on the tree-lined path and others were in labs, and they woke up in different places afterwards. This Wanderer doesn't seem to be limited to indoor or outdoor spaces. There's no clear pattern to where it shows up. Oh, she's trying to look for the common denominator all the students have, like why they were the ones attacked.
そうでもないぞ。
Xavier takes the pen from me and draws a few circles on my notebook.
事件の発生時刻は全て夜だ。もしこのワンダラーの特性と関係があるなら、目標の範囲を絞ることはできる。それに襲われた学生たちはみんな今年入学したばかりだ。
Oh, they're just freshmen, right? Does that mean something?
もしかするとこのワンダラーは新入生を舐めてるのかもな。
Would a wanderer consider that? That seems more like a human behavior rather than a wanderer behavior. But then again, this is a modified wanderer, so... Then it must have access to the university's enrollment system. But why? I flip through the notebook pages again and again, yet nothing clicks. It seems like the wanderer is targeting the students at random, but I can't believe it's just coincidence.
世界中の偶然の大半は何かしらの謀略から生まれてる。
That's something that applies to everything that's happening in this game.
狙われた学生たちには必ず原因があるはずだ。俺たちがまだ気づいてないだけで。
Some wanderers do target certain individuals. For example...
そこの君。
Hi. Oh shit, we got caught. Fuck. Realizing the sudden silence around me, I look up to see Dr. Wait a minute! Ulysses? I feel like I know this name from somewhere. I know this name. Oh crap, but I can't remember. But I know this name. He's smiling.
そう、君だよ。最高列の女の子。
But then he would know Xavier, right? But it doesn't seem like he does. Unless this is all, like, part of an act or something?
さあ、みんなにモリス・ソーンブリッジについて説明してください。
Ah, shit. My high school days. I'm reliving it all. I thought I've escaped that already. Why is it happening in game? Oh, damn. Rip MC. Ah, that's cute. Nothing much really happened, I guess, in this chapter. I feel like how do I say? The story is kind of slow-paced in this branch as well, which is interesting. It's kind of like Raphael's branch story, slow-paced, but you know, we are still being introduced to like new information, or the story is still progressing, but it progresses in a way where you just see more of how MC and the love interest interact with each other. Let's see what happens next. I never thought I'd get caught talking in class. For a moment, I'm stunned and don't know how to respond.
わからないのかい？では、隣の君はどうかな？
Oh. Thank you, Xavier. Oh. I tug at Xavier's clothes and quickly whisper. Let me do it. If I mess up, I'll just apologize. Gosh, I'm sorry, but the way he like looked to the side and was like smiling, that was hot. That confident smile, like, I got this, babe. Like, okay. Xavier reassuringly squeezes my hand, stands up, and confidently walks to the podium. Of course he does. The classroom lights dim, and a holographic projection appears from his fingers. Is he allowed to do that? It forms the image of the universe.
モリス・ソーンブリッジはワープを実現するワームホールのことです。それは対象の球状をしており、2つのブラックホールを喉でつないだ構造をしています。
Oh.
喉は有限の球形のゾーンです。負のエネルギーを持つ物質によってワームホール内の重力を打ち消し、
Counteract gravitational forces inside the wormhole. I have no idea what that means, but I'm guessing if you go through it, it's super unstable. Maybe squishes you to death? I have no idea. Oh. As Xavier speaks in a measured tone, the stars shift under his touch to gradually form a wormhole mile. That's so cool. The lights from distant planets flicker above us, and his silhouette seemingly stretches across light years. For a moment I wonder, was Xavier like this back in college? Aww.
その通りだ。負のエネルギーの反重力作用によってワームホールの喉は開放され続け、物質や信号の通過が可能になる。このモデルは異なる時空を行き来したり、過去に戻ることができる可能性を示しているのだ。
Okay. So this is sort of like the deep space tunnel that's currently open.
例えば、
Well, there you
私たち
go.
の頭上の真空トンネルも巨大なワームホールなのかもしれない。
Might be. So I guess they're not sure then, which is probably why they're still studying it, right? Ah, okay.
だから謎の真空信号は遥か遠くから地球に届いたのだろう。
They're receiving signals from the other side.
あるいは物質や生命体までもがトンネルを使って時空を越え、私たちのそばへやってくる可能性もある。
He is literally standing right there, Doctor. He's right
何を
here.
考えてるんだ？
I snap back to reality. Xavier has crossed the starry expanse and now stands before me. Yep. He's within arm's reach once more. I'm curious, were you really an astronomy graduate?
そうかもな。
Huh?
家に卒業証書が山ほどあるから探してみないと。
He has a what pile of... I'm sorry, what? A mountain hoard of diplomas? Are you kidding me? I knew Xavier... I mean, I knew he lived a long life, but this line alone is really hitting hard as to how old Xavier is. Damn! When the bell rings, signaling the end of the lecture, the classroom empties out quickly, even though it was packed just moments ago. As the professor starts to pack, I approach him. I'm about to ask the students who were attacked.
せいや、
Oh,
真空ハンターに飽きて大学生活をまた体験したくなったのかい？
okay, yeah, so he does know him. So then he is someone that I've read about, but I can't remember who. I'm so tempted to go back and check. The professor walks away from the podium, one hand holding his bag and the other in his pocket. His serious demeanor is gone.
こんにちは。君も真空ハンターかな？せいやの同僚かい？
越次、俺の友人だ。今は大学で講師をしてる。
2年前に助教授になったよ。
The awkwardness in his voice. It's really bothering me. I feel like I should know who this is. Because I reread his World Underneath chapters and anecdotes. It has nothing to do with backtrackers. I don't think he's an old colleague in that police force thingy he did. Is he Frank's father? I'm not sure. I need to check, but he might be Frank's father because I can't think of anything else. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. It's gonna bother me. I'm gonna check later.
おめでとう。
ありがとう。
I'm sorry, but his voice is so cute. First, there was Jeremiah, a mysterious florist. Now, it's a university physics professor. I'm once again shocked by how unpredictable Xavier's I'm once again shocked by how unpredictable Xavier's social circle is. Why was that so hard to say?
話を戻すが、君は理由なくこんな場所に遊びに来るような人じゃない。大学で何かあったのか？
I'm worried he might be sus, but then he's so nice. I don't think he's sus. He sounds like a nice person.
任務だ。
君が駆り出されるなんて単純な任務じゃないんだろうね。大学で大事件が起きるんじゃないよな。
Oh, he's aware. Looks like I'm not the only one who has a certain impression about Xavier. But this gives me a perfect opening to ask him about the Wanderer. Dr. Ulysses, we heard one of your students was attacked by a Wanderer and went missing for a few days. Were you in the area when this happened? Ulysses pauses for a moment before nodding.
あの時、私は実験室でゼミの準備をしていた。
Oh.
すると外から誰かの悲鳴が聞こえたんだが、出てみたら誰もいなかったんだ。
Oh, I would be freaked out if that happened. I'd be like, am I going crazy?
後になって学生がワンダラーに襲われたと知ったよ。怪我がなくて幸いだった。
It looks like you... Actually, am I saying his name wrong? Ulysses? Ulysses. Ulysses. Ulysses? Ulysses? Ulysses. I'm just gonna say Ulysses. I'm really sorry if I pronounced that wrong. It looks like Ulysses didn't see the Wanderer. I'm a little disappointed.
実験室の特異エネルギー安定装置は反応しなかったのか？
ああ。
I immediately get what Xavier is hinting at. If the flux stabilizer didn't react, then the Wanderer's metaflux fluctuation level must be below 50. There are only a few Wanderers capable of such stealth. Our search is narrowed considerably.
このワンダラーが人為的に改造されている可能性もある。
As if reading my mind, Xavier reveals another observation. I nod. Got it. I'll ask Andrew to compare the protocurve data with the possible Wanderer profiles.
待てよ。思い出した。
Okay.
そのレベルの特異エネルギーは安定装置だと検知できないが、
Sorry, what?
研究所の RMFMA なら検知できているかもしれない。
I was hoping he would actually say what it is, but he also just said RMFMA. What the heck is RMFMA? Am I missing something? Okay, I'm not.
だが、研究所はここから。
Apparently Xavier knows what it is.
研究所は今年の初めにキャンパス内に移転したんだ。今はここの近くにある。
Okay, I'm getting the feeling that Xavier was involved with this research center. Isn't even near here. So he was part of the research team, maybe? Or he had to protect it?
おそらくワンダラーが現れた時の特異エネルギーの波動と動体範囲を捉えているはずだ。
Then can we use that device for a bit?
RMFMA
Oh, there we go.
反射式磁場エネルギー観測分析装置だ。
Reflective, okay. A flicker of doubt crosses my mind, but I push it aside for now. I'll wait for Ulysses to respond. Flicker of doubt. I guess she's questioning how much Xavier knows.
もちろん構わないよ。操作資格とシステム権限さえ持っていれば使える。
So Xavier does? Oh, but we don't quite fit those requirements.
じゃあ行こう。
Ah, he has them, doesn't he? Huh? Xavier picks up my backpack and turns to Ulysses. Oh, okay, Ulysses has it.
案内してくれないのか？
Ah, of course. Well, and just like that, MC realized... Oh, wait, we got a note. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna take a look at that note very quickly. Okay, it's here. An old friend of Xavier, currently in a... That doesn't tell me squat shit. Like, what the... Okay, that was useless. Alright, it's fine. It's okay. It's okay. I'm just hoping he's a good guy. The research center Ulysses mentioned is formerly known as the Prestari University Deepspace Exploration Research Center. It houses the RMFMA under a skylight on the 3rd floor. The machine's brass casing and bulky appearance make it stick out like a sore thumb. I wish we had a visual, but I do not see it. Yet the screen's flashing indicator lights and fast-moving images exude a sophisticated air.
これは過去数十年間、そして現在においても最も先進的な分析装置の一つだと言われている。
Why does that sound like ever all over it?
真空トンネルの波動も正確に検知できるが、世界に数台しかない。
Wow.
有力な実験室や 研究センターのオファーを断ってここにみんな
Okay.
この RMFMA が目当てだ。
Okay, so I'm guessing that's a very important piece of tech. Why do I feel like there's a target on it? Does Xavier and I need to apply for access first to retrieve its data? Where's Xavier?
Wanderer のデータはすべて破壊されてる。
Huh? Xavier appears from behind the RMFMA. He removes his safety goggles and takes off his How did he put those on so quickly? How Sometimes I feel MC and I we've resonated and calibrated our responses, and therefore a lot of her responses are really mirroring my sentiments at the moment. Aside from how did you operate the machine and you know how to use it, I focus on the most important one. Yeah, I feel MC though, like, because she really cares about Xavier, the fact that it's so obvious that she knows so little about him is kind of, it makes you feel anxious and I guess a little hurt. Like if I were the significant other, I would feel a little hurt and insecure. What do you mean by corrupted? Did it capture even a trace of the Wanderer?
ああ、この半月にワンダラーがキャンパスに現れたことは分かった。だが、すべてのデータが干渉を受けてるんだ。生成されたグラフも正確じゃない。つまり、手がかりにはならない。
Okay, that's obviously human tampering. The hem and cuffs of his lab coat somewhat got tangled together. Xavier frowns and pulls harder, but they're still stuck. He's acting so cute, like a toddler right now. Raise your hand a little more. As I help Xavier wriggle out of his lab coat, my mind races with questions. Maybe the RMFMA is too old, so it's malfunctioning.
装置の老朽化が原因なら、真っ先に影響が出るのは検知やサンプリングじゃない。
Why do I have a feeling he had a hand in developing this tech?
何者かがいじったとしか思えない。
Yep, I knew it. Sorry, I was saying that I feel like he knows this tech so well, and you know, considering that he is sort of a person from the future, so his knowledge in terms of tech is way like eons advanced. Maybe he helped develop it, you know, without letting them know too much. It's very possible. I don't know. I just feel like he had a hand in making it. Once he's out of the lab coat, I meet his gaze. It's brimming with confidence. It's a rare high-end device, yet Xavier seems to know it inside and out and can even log into the system to use it. Exactly! My gosh. Maybe I should just shut up and let the story go. I slightly pull him forward. I purposefully change my expression and lower my voice. All right, cut the chase. How are you able to operate this machine?
この装置は複雑そうに見えるだけで、実は単純なんだ。
You know that's not what I meant.
ここで俺を尋問するのか?
It's pissing me off a little bit. As Ulysses returns from examining the data, I let go of Xavier. I step back to make room.
確かにデータが破壊されている。君の言う通り、人為的にいじられたとしか考えられない。
I don't want it to be you, oh handsome man, whose identity I'm still not sure of.
だが、研究所は新設されたばかりで、扉も施錠されている。ここで働いている研究員も、私を含め数人しかいない。
That makes you all the more suspicious.
システムの記録を見ても、前回アクセスがあったのは1ヶ月以上前だ。
この半月、他に研究所に出入りした人間はいないのか?
Ulysses thinks long and hard before finally giving a hesitant reply.
いるにはいるが、怪しい人物じゃない。
Oh, cough it up.
大学で 今年の新入生向けの講習会をやったのだが、
Oh, so
初回はこの研究所の見学だったんだ。この分析装置について紹介もした。
we. So there was more than it wasn't just Ulysses that was taking them around then. Of course I'm guessing those students are probably the ones that got attacked. The new students who started this year, could it be?
襲われた5人の学生は全員今年の新入生だ。
Xavier voices my thoughts. I take out my phone, check the school's official website, and quickly find the article about the study event. 5 students were selected. They are...
ここだ。
Xavier points to the 5 names displayed on the screen.
ここに載ってる名前、ワンダラーに襲われた学生たちだ。
Okay. The study event, the tampered device, the elusive wanderer, everything starts to connect. This isn't a coincidence, Xavier. Something's off about that study event. The wanderer is targeting its participants.
そうだな。
He agrees but keeps his finger on the screen. I look again. Group leader Soren, vice president of the Oh, okay. So he's the real sussy person. Oh, but he was such a cute little bean.
こんにちは。僕が学友会の副会長です。
Look at this tiny bean.
あなた方はハンターだと先生から聞いておりますが。
It's the same guy who helped us on behalf of the university, and he's the only one who wasn't attacked. He's... Okay, yeah, that definitely makes him suspicious.
何かあるかどうかは会ってみればわかる。
I'm contacting him right now. Xavier is the first to head out. After saying goodbye to Ulysses, I'm about to leave, but a glance at the wall makes me stop in my tracks. Oh? Instead of a certificate, there's an old framed group photo at the top. Oh, okay. It's yellowed with age, and the faces in that photo are all a bit blurry. And then she sees Xavier. Yet the person who's on the edge, I look closer, and that indistinct figure suddenly comes into focus. It's Xavier. They make it sound like she didn't know that he was a long-lived being. But she knows, right? I'm pretty sure MC knows, right? See, this is the thing with Xavier. I don't think he's lying to her, but he keeps giving her half-truths. You know, when she asked him how does he know so much about that RMFMA... Sorry, I forgot. That machine? All he says that it looks complicated, but it's easy to control. Well, for him, yeah, maybe. Maybe because you made it, or it came from your world. Even MC knew that he was, like, giving her half-truths. Like, she said, you know that's not what I meant. But then he was like, do you want to interrogate me now? And he had the guts to be upset that MC wasn't going to interrogate him before. Okay. Fine, okay, yeah, timing also matters, but still... I know Xavier has his reasons, but just personally, you know, as a human being, I would hate it if anyone did this for me. I don't care if they think it's for the greater good or for my well-being. If I find out that you're keeping things from me and making decisions on my behalf, I'd be pretty upset. But yeah. Xavier, just come clean, will you? Alright, anyway, next chapter. Oh. I sit on a bench near the basketball court. I watch the ball arc through the air and precisely hit the back rim of the hoop. It bounces back into Xavier's hand. It's hard to fully appreciate this rare sunset, something I haven't seen much since graduation. It won't be long until we meet Soren. I unconsciously lower my head to look at my phone. It still has my chat with him. We're still a little unclear about the students. Could you go over some details with us in person? How about we meet up in 20 minutes at the lecture hall in the main teaching building?
すみません。 学生会館で学友会の会議がありまして、終わるのは夜7時になるかと。
It's okay. We'll wait for you downstairs at the student union.
ずっと黙ってるな。
Huh? Really? Xavier stops moving and stands by the three-point line. He gazes at me.
あいつが学生会館で会議中なのは確認した。羽が生えて空を飛べるイボルを持ってないならここで会える。
I wonder if there's an actual evolver that can do that. I look at the open door in front of the student union. Then I look at Xavier's calm face. I wonder what's making the victims stay quiet about the study event. And then there's Soren. He knows why we're here but doesn't say anything. If he's really behind this, that's some nerve.
ただ面倒ごとに巻き込まれたくないだけかもしれない。いずれにしても後でじっくり話を聞こう。あいつが話さなければまた調査すればいい。
Oh yeah, Ever could be like maybe threatening his family members, so he's scared. That's why he's so nervous. I don't know. He keeps gazing at me. His eyes are firm and steady. I nod. Then he offers me the basketball.
やってみるか。
I know his invitation is actually his way of offering me a break from the mission. I can't bring myself to refuse, so I stand up. Sure. After a brief warm-up, I confidently aim the ball at the hoop. But before I can throw it, a sparrow just lands on the hoop. What? Interrupted by that, I turn to look at Xavier. If the Wanderer's appearance isn't a coincidence, then it just confirms our suspicion. Someone lured us here on purpose.
あんたが言いたいのは増援を呼んでおくべきだってことか。それともここにエーテルコアがある可能性が高いってことか。
Oh,
俺は
wait.
後者だと思う。
If someone is luring them there, I think it has something to do with the cutscene we saw in the trailer. They want Xavier to deplete his energy, maybe? But then, yeah, I'm still not clear on how he managed to go to Starfall Forest. Oh wait, I missed that,
も
didn't
っ
I?
と腕を上げるんだ。あ、そのままシュートだ。
Sorry, let me just... The sparrows... Oh, no. Yeah. The sparrow is attracted to the small balls of light and flies away. Xavier moves closer and supports my arm. Aw, is it that scene, you know? Like he's behind you, hands around you. My accuracy is slightly off this time. The ball hits the backboard and rolls to my feet. I bend down to pick it up. Maybe it's not as terrible as we think it is. It could just be a coincidence, and Soren is a dedicated vice president of the student council. He does seem to be a good, well-behaved student. Sort of like you. Xavier takes the ball from my hand and steps back to give me a demonstration.
いい学生に見えるから汚れ仕事に最適なのかもしれない。
Oh wow, okay.
人は秘密を顔に書くわけじゃない。水面が穏やかなほどその下には危険な流れが隠れてるものだ。
The ball leaves his hand and once again goes through the hoop with a precise shot. As it bounces back, I intercept it before it reaches him. You always have a lot to say about other people, but what about you? OMC. Let's go! Recalling the blurry yellowish photo from the research center, I move closer to Xavier. Oh, is this it? Are we actually going to see her confront him this time? Maybe it's the backlight that causes flickering spots to appear in my vision. My consciousness falters for a moment. Xavier when I first saw him, Xavier in the no-hunt zone, Xavier in the research center, and Xavier playing basketball at sunset. Oh. I feel like she mentioned something similar, like the pattern of the paragraph was similar in his birthday card. They appear in front of me all at once. They line up gracefully and blend into the figure of the person before me. Ah, okay.
俺がなんだ
I think I need to say this now or I'll forget. I feel like this is MC's way of saying that she knows the Xavier in front of her. I think she's reassuring herself that all these sides of Xavier she's seen are all Xavier. And the person before is the person she knows. I guess she's trying to tell herself, like, even if he doesn't tell her all the other parts of himself, it doesn't mean that she doesn't know him in that sense. What secrets are you hiding behind your calm face? From the distant past to the present, who are you really? Even though I'm so close to you, experience all these life and death situations with you, I still cannot seem to fully understand you. That's kind of lonely. Xavier's puzzled gaze lingers on my face and suppresses the questions in my heart. The only thing I eventually say is, I was going to ask if you're truly a good student, or do you have some secrets? After thinking for a moment, he speaks in a calm tone.
一応いい学生だったはずだ授業は真面目に聞いてたから少なくともいつも前を見てただから授業中に後ろを向いたクラスメートと目が合ったんだよな
Oh my god, he's talking about MC in his Oh, I'm so glad I reread his third anecdote. There are times where MC would like meet his gaze, and then she would like try to justify it as, oh, I only met his gaze because I was trying to look at the clock behind him, that kind of thing. That's so cute. Aww. He looks at me with a knowing gaze. I look back into his eyes and feel as if everything sounds familiar. Oh, jeez. I know MC feels lonely, but I can also imagine the love interests, especially Xavier. With all the memories he have of their time together, he probably feels extra lonely too. Ah, these poor guys. Maybe your classmate... Exactly. Oh, wow, okay. Maybe your classmate just wanted to check the clock at the back of the classroom. See how much time was left before the class was over. And that line has solidified to Xavier that MC is still MC.
そうか。じゃああんたの言う秘密っていうのは俺に弦みたいな多面性があるって言いたいのか
I mean, you sort of do. He responds with a question. Now it's my turn to think about my answer. Fortunately, Xavier doesn't seem to expect one from me. Instead, he slightly lowers his head as if he's talking to himself.
でもあんたの知ってる部分と知らないと思ってる部分が今の俺を構成してるんだ。あんたの目の前に立ってる俺を。
Yeah. Oh. We no longer pay attention to the basketball. The sound of it bouncing on the ground echoes in my ears. It isn't until I see Xavier's hand wave in front of me that I realize the lingering sound is my heartbeat.
新しい糸口が見つかったみたいだ。
What? Why? I compose myself and look in the direction that Xavier is pointing in. I catch sight of the enthusiastic student from yesterday's interview. He's walking out of the student union. Didn't he say he needed a week off after the Wanderer attack? Ooh. I grab Xavier's arm. Something's not right. Let's ask him. Oh. Okay. I actually want to keep going, but I don't want the recording to be too long, so I'm just gonna stop here. So this will be part 1. Alright, the story so far, I do like how this branch story is really addressing the one thing that would be in the way of MC and Xavier's relationship progressing, which is MC constantly being anxious and worried and curious about Xavier's past, especially since she's aware that he's hiding things from her, and Xavier's willingness to delve into it. I do believe honesty is definitely important when it comes to building a relationship, and I understand there is a reason why Xavier didn't want to tell her. I feel like maybe there's still more to his general myth that we don't know, especially with how the Queen MC disappears, because she does disappear. We just don't know why or how. We just know that Jeremiah, was it Jeremiah who said it? But then he mentioned, like, you know, that she was probably cosmic dust by now, which is such an insensitive thing to say if you think about it. But but yeah, I feel like there's still more that we don't know, which probably shows why he's scared to tell her. If anything, I feel like he is scared of what she'll do when he tells her, and I can understand that. Yeah, all the love interests, honesty is a little murky there. They do avoid telling lies, but they do get away with telling half-truths or just, you know, lying by omission. And yeah, I feel like that is the major obstacle for MC and the love interest in terms of progressing the relationship, which is realistic if you ask me. Like, you know, there's no relationship out there that's all sunshine and rainbows. I can't wait to see how Xavier overcomes this and then trusts her enough to know that she will be okay, and, you know, just make sure that he's there to help her walk through it. I feel like the main story plot about Ever's intentions and, you know, the modified wanderer, it feels like just a second background plot, you know, to keep the main plot, which is the relationship between MC and the love interest, that plot. It's like just there to keep that plot going. As a fan, I would really like to know more about the main storyline. Like, I want to know. Please tell me. But yeah. What did you think about the branch story so far? I think Xavier's branch story is hella cute, super cute, and I'm enjoying it so far. Let me know what you think in the comments below. So I'll be stopping here. So if you enjoyed this video, do like and subscribe if you feel like it. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!